Okay, so we're going to start reviewing. I want you to open up this guitar spreadsheet and notice that you have 4 different things that you're going to be working with to create this first formula. So I've provided this starter sheet for you in your module. Go ahead and open that up. And I want you to review this prior to taking the test, which you can take next. And that should be really clear on your agenda. So remember that whenever we start a formula, we have to tell our computer how to do math by choosing the equal sign. But before we do any of our formulas, you have to understand what it is that you're looking at. So we're looking at this guitar parts store. We have a series of 7 customers and they have received a bill in the mail. So let's look at beginning balance first. Beginning balance is the amount of money that they owe from anything that's already happened. From beginning balance, so looking at customer number 1, they have a beginning balance of $803. Then they have a credit. So a credit's typically something where they've made a return or they took something back to the store, and that's going to come off of your balance. So if you have a credit, then that's going to be subtracted away from your beginning balance. After that, you have any payments that are made that I think are pretty self-explanatory. You know, you go to the store, make a payment, you send in a payment with a bill, whatever. And that's going to also come off of the balance. And then finally, while you're there, perhaps they made some more purchases. So this particular customer then decided to go ahead and buy $207 more of equipment at this guitar store. So here is our formula: equals B4 minus C4 minus D4. And then I'm going to add back with a plus those purchases. So I'll leave this here for a second, or of course you're going to want to pause me, but equals B4 minus C4 minus D4 plus E4. And then that's going to allow you to get the new balance of what would be needed to be paid for that next month's bill. So go ahead and hit enter, and of course you'll see your figure. Remember, you're going to want to make sure, and let me just zoom in for one quick beat. You're going to want to make sure that you have this formula and you're not just typing in the number. After that, and scrolling down at the bottom of this, these 4 tasks are listed here. All of them I will cover in the video. So once you finish and you see the task, just know that you've already done that if you followed along with me. Once you have your new balance, the next thing is going to be your service charge. Just like it says in the task list, your service charge is 10% of your new balance. So equals, and then I have my new balance, which is F4. And then 10% is the same thing. Hopefully you remember from your math classes is the same thing as 0.10. So I'm going to do equals F4 times 0.10. And then that will give me 10%. You can see that just like at a little quick glance that that's obviously correct math. Now I'm going to select both of these guys together, aka selecting the range of F4 through G4. And then in the bottom right-hand corner of this area, I have this filled in circle. Remember your fill handle. You'll click and drag that straight down and let go. And then now you have your new formulas populated. I need to clean up these dollar signs. I'm going kind of faster now because we've done this so much. I'm going to clean up these dollar signs by selecting this range, making sure I leave that first row of data though, and then format number. Next on your task list, you have write an if statement with yes, no criteria for purchases over $250. So first of all, I need to find which column do I have my purchases, which is column E. For my purchases, my first data column or data cell is E4. So equals if, and then I'm going to click on if my purchases, which is E4, is greater than 250, then yes. Remember, yes needs to be in quotation marks for this to work properly. If not, then no. So I have a comma separating my yes, no criteria. I have quotation marks around those words. And then my last step, which of course is critical, is to close my parentheses. So take a look at that formula up here in my formula bar. One more time, if E4 is greater than 250, yes. If not, then no. Paying attention to the extreme importance of every comma, every quotation mark, and then all of your parentheses. And then, of course, click OK. I need to fill handle this formula down. I can see easily that I have 3 yeses here. It just makes your information easier to understand, easier to read. All of that's ready to go. Let's check our task list. The last thing it says is to create a pie chart showing customers and purchases. So I'm going to show my customers and then hold down control because I have non-adjacent information and do my purchases. So looking at my range, understanding that I held down control in between there, and then I'm going to go ahead and insert in my chart. I think that in my tasks, I said I wanted a pie chart. So now that the chart is there, I'm going to go again. I'm talking a little faster, but feel free to pause me because we've done this so much. From your chart type, we're going to customize our chart type to be a pie chart. Oops. Let's bring this straight down so that it's beneath our data and it becomes a true embedded chart. I asked you in your task to format 2 points. So I'll click on a piece of the pie, the largest piece, of course, make it stand out. I'm going to click on the smallest piece and make it stand out in a different way. So then I have now addressed the task of creating a pie chart and formatting 2 data points. The only thing I haven't demonstrated is to create your total. You can do that without me. Again, that's just going back to your Sigma. We've been there, 1,000 times so far this unit, and I trust you to do that properly. So go ahead and make your screen look like mine by filling in all of these formulas if you haven't done so already, and then turn this into the guitar sheet assignment in your module.